For the very first time in Nigerian Idol, we are going to be having top 12 instead of top 10. Fam, I'm going to tell you how everything played out. You do not want to skip this video because I'm going to be adding a lot of short clips in between my conversations, okay? So please do well to keep on watching and subscribe if you're yet to.
Abigail, Nanti, Amen Opera, Debbie, Faith, Gerald, Kitona, Joel, Jordan, Precious, Progress, and Saddle. The Season 7 live voting show.
Welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the Nigerian Idol Season 7 Episode 6. In this particular episode, we have our top 12, and to be fair, the battle was tough. Like, it was a hard choice for the judges, and even me as a viewer, it was a hard choice for me to make. But I'm going to talk about how nice, lenient, and how accommodating these judges were. We can already tell from the fact that they have 12 contestants instead of 10. Last season they had 11, like top 11 instead of top 10, but this time the judges were gracious enough to give top 12 and not even 10. So let me tell you how everything played out. So it started out with, of course, waiting on the 35 people to have their performances, their individual performances, which is going to now tell where they are going to stand, whether they are going to be in the top 12 or out of the show. So after their performances, they had a one-on-one conversation with the judges, and of course most of them, in fact if not all of them, agreed with every judgment that the judges passed. Like, when the judge is telling you that you did well, you know that yes, you did well. If they are telling you no, you didn't do well, you are like, yes, I know I didn't do well, I didn't do my best, I didn't bring my A game in this particular time, you know. So we saw the conversations, and I was wondering, you know, like, what is the essence of this conversation? Immediately after their performances and everything, they should just be going, tell them if they are in top 10 or top 11, let them be going home. But I saw the essence of these conversations that they had with the contestants one-on-one, so that they will not just dim their lights and make them feel like they are not good enough, but they are conversing with them, telling them what they need to work on and improve on, and why they didn't make it to the top 10 at this time. And it is absolutely lovely. I commend the organizers of this show and who thought about this particular conversational session. Moving on, let us talk about Collins, fam. I feel so bad for Collins, and I feel like I'm going to do another video for Collins, but his journey is one to, you know, it's something that you can relate to, and I'm sure that even you as a viewer, you will understand why whatever it is happened to him. From the beginning, he did well, he has a great voice, but then from the second stage, I saw that the judges have been giving him graces. He will forget his lyrics, he won't do as much, him and his partner had some fracas during his time, but in this particular individual performance, he definitely didn't do well. Like, his performance was disastrous. He forgot his lyrics, and even though the judges were advising him and still encouraging him to keep going, he just said thank you and walked out of stage. There was nothing they could do about it. So that was the end of the road for Collins. But now let's talk about the people that made it to the top 12. Fam, the first person on the list was Gerald. Gerald sang so beautifully. Now let me also state this: Gerald's last performance was not his best. Yes, he sang well, he did okay, but because we have seen a lot more from Gerald, we're expecting even more, we're expecting better. But what he did was, he was just now basic. He didn't bring as much as he has been bringing in the previous stages. However, he made it to the top 10. He was the first person that they picked. The next person was Gerald's partner in their duet, who happens to be Abigail Abigail, who also happens to be Wizkid's backup singer, and her performance was so warm, soft, touching. It was just really beautiful. After her performance, the judges were like, wow, she's just so good. Like, everything is just sweet about her. The performance was just the best. It's the huskiness in her voice. They loved her performance. And then, of course, when she came in, they spoke with her, and she was the next person that made it to the top 10. See, I was so excited that both Gerald and Abigail made it to the top 10 because they are phenomenal singers. The next person that made it to the top 10 was Jordan, our boy from the far north, Kaduna. So Jordan brought his A game, like, from beginning of the show. He has been giving us back to back, hot, blowing our minds again and again. And for his personal performance, he didn't even joke. His voice was just melting, like, when you are just putting chocolates in your mouth and it's just melting. Yes, that was what Gerald did. He did great. So, of course, he made it to the top 10. Another person that made it to the top 10 is Banty. Banty is the worry girl that when she spoke and when she sang, I couldn't reconcile these two people. Banty has a great voice, and of course, from the beginning of our audition up until the end, in fact, her personal performance, she had this confidence and this swag and the vibe. She brought her A game and she finished work. Of course, she was picked to be a part of the top 10 as well. The next person that was picked was Zadok. Zadok sang from his audition process when he sang "When a Man Loves a Woman." That powerful voice. Guys, Zadok brought his A game. He did a Davido song and he made it his own. I'm like, is this Davido's song? Because what's happening? He did really well, and yes, he made it to the top 10. The next person that made it to the top 10 is none other but Faith. Faith has this beautiful, soft voice. She made it to the top 10. Then let's talk about Debbie. Debbie is partnered with Progress. They did the duet together. And guess what? Not just Debbie, but also Progress made it to the top 10. Now, unlike before that, Progress used to have these electric performances. This time around, in his personal performance, according to the judges, he came out of his comfort zone. He didn't just sing the normal love songs and romantic songs that, just stretches his voice, but he did a challenging song. And according to Obi Asika, it is good for him that he did that song because it challenged his comfort zone. If he didn't challenge his comfort zone, they don't know what their result would have been. And it was a tough choice for them to think whether to keep him in the top 10 or not. But guess what? He made it to the top 10. Then another person that made it to the top 10 was David Opera. David Opera, from the beginning of the audition, Omaomi already told him that, you already feel like an entertainer, you have the vibe, you're going to go far on this show and everything. And again, he brought his A game to his personal performance and he was picked as the top 10. But guys, the twist that made them pick two more people to make it top 12 is what I'm here to give you. Let me give you the gist. So there is Precious and there is Joel. Precious happens to be my Bayelsa sister, while Joel is the guy that I talked to you guys about that had speech impediment, that stutters when he talks. So for the first time, he did really, really well, looked dressed up, wore his suits and his tux, looks good, and he did really well. Then for Precious, like, she went blank on stage, forgot her lyrics, but then what the judges commended her for was the fact that she didn't give up. So the judges were like, even though I've picked the 10 people and everything, your performance was disastrous, they said all those things, but guess what? You are making it to the top 12. And fam, Precious broke down in tears. She was crying. It was just so emotional for her because, like, how did I get here? According to her, this is definitely a miracle because how am I here? And for Joel, they were like, it's like you overdid this. Like, it's as if you were doing too much because you brought everything home. And yes, you made it to the top 12. So for the first time, we are having top 12 in Nigerian Idol season 7. Fam, this is a lot of emotions. Like, I shed tear when I saw what happened with Debbie. Debbie was so surprised that she was picked, because she felt like she didn't do so well, but she was so proud of herself. Like, man, I'm on TV. That was her first reaction when she came to Nigerian Idol. Like, oh my God, I'm on TV. And when they were announcing to her that she was among the top 10, they told her that, guess what, you're still going to be on TV because you made it to the top 10. Fam, this is beautiful to watch, and I'm super excited to experience this talent. All of them, these top 12 people, they are phenomenal. They have beautiful, amazing voices, and I know that it is really hard for the judges, but a lot of people had to go. And yes, we have our top 12. We are definitely looking forward to the live show. Woo! Are you looking forward to the live show as well, as much as I am? Because I'm here for all that. If you're yet to subscribe to my channel, please, I'd like for you to do so. And until next time, I'm going to see you on my next one. Bye.